Hey everyone, here I am live again, Catherine Avery of Reservate Interior Design. So I got a question from 10 Geisels. I hope I'm saying your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not. And she said she would love to know more about procrastination and how you deal with it. Well, in some ways I am the queen of procrastination, and having taken the Productive Environment course has helped me realize that. So procrastination is really around time and how you manage your time. And I think the first thing you have to do is look at what kind of person you are. So you can be a procrastinator, and let's just define procrastinator as someone who puts things off, things they know they need to get done, because you are a perfectionist, or because you have other things you want to do more than the things you need to get done. So I'm going to talk about me and what I'm like, and I use something called the TSSI. It's from Cena Block. It is the Time and Space Style Inventory. So I start with this with my clients. And my two ways I manage my time, there's 6 time preferences. I'm going to talk about 2, and over the next 3 days, I'll talk about 2 each day. I'm a hopper, which means I like to stay in motion. I like to switch from task to task. That's who I am fundamentally in the way I manage my time. It's really, really important that I honor that, and it's really important we honor however you manage your time. So if you're a hopper, some of the things you want to think about is taking your time and putting it into 25-minute increments. So if I'm doing a drawing for a client, I'm not likely to spend 2 hours straight working on that drawing. My husband can do that, God bless him. I just can't. I'm bored and I want to go on to the next thing. Not that I don't love the client, they're great. So I can do a 25-minute chunk on that particular client's work. And then this is key, you gotta take 5 minutes off. This is Pomodoro, by the way, if you want to read up about it. Take 5 minutes off and do something totally unwork related, whether that's take a short walk, water your garden. You're really not supposed to do something that's work related, even if it's home related. You're not really supposed to do that. But usually that's the easiest thing to do. I would say sometimes I use that time to put in a load of laundry. You take a mental break from what you're doing, and then you move on to the next task, and you work on that task for 25 minutes. Now, if I know I have a drawing that's going to take me a couple of hours, I know that I'm going to have to time slot my day on my calendar to keep going back to that drawing. So that's one way you can deal with it if you're a hopper. Which is, again, that person who hops around from task to task and doesn't stay on any one given task for very long. Honor that in yourself. That's who you are. That's what you're made of, and that's perfectly okay. I am also considered big picture. So I have a lot of plates spinning around in the air. I've always got a whole bunch of different things going on, and I like to focus on the entire view of things. So as an interior designer, that's great, right? Big picture, because it allows me to see the vision for my clients and be able to say what little details are going to work in there to make the whole big picture work for the culture. So I've got a client now, and they're thinking about changing their corporate branding, and we're designing their office space, and I'm hoping they're moving quickly on changing the corporate branding, because we are moving quickly on designing the office space. That being said, we're staying with sort of blues and grays and colors that will work for them no matter what their corporate branding is. So, and I see them shifting this direction anyway, so we've had a lot of discussions, so you're getting just a little piece of this. At any rate, so here I am. I'm a hopper. I like to jump around, right, with my time. And I also tend to be big picture. So since I'm big picture, I need a details person. So in running my business, I have an admin, Sasha, and Sasha takes care of the details. So here's a way you can stay on task as well if you're a procrastinator. Hire someone. Now, I'm not saying just hire someone to do the stuff you don't want to do, though that's really helpful and cool and amazing. We have something called Asana, which is a free software app that we can use on our phones, on our computers, etc. And Asana allows us to prioritize our schedule and to work as a team to get things done. So you have projects listed in Asana. One day I'll come on and teach everybody a little mini version of Asana. So Sasha goes into a sauna. We have a phone call. We're going to have one today. And during the phone call, I'll say, put that in the sauna. And the reason I say that is if Sasha puts it in there and says that I have to do it, I'm a lot more likely to do it because I know Sasha's going to be saying, hey, did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? So if you're notorious for procrastinating, sometimes it's helpful to have that person. Now, you may not be able in your budget yet to hire someone. So consider having an accountability buddy. So my accountability buddy, God, I can say that 3 times fast. My accountability buddy is Janet. And Janet and I talk about once a week. And we say what we're going to be accountable for. Now, you could also join an accountability group. And my mastermind group, that's another word for that, is Shank Minds, run by Peter Shankman. And we have accountability calls on Mondays and Fridays. I tend to make the Friday calls. And we pop a little note to each other and encourage one another. What are you working on this week? How's that going? When are you going to get it done? So you may need other people to help motivate you. There are people who are very motivated by themselves and they get going and they don't want anyone to tell them what to do. And then there are those of us who are just not going to be motivated until someone lights a fire under our ass and says, get going. So, and I am definitely that person. There is no way I'm getting something done unless there's an imposed deadline by somebody else. So I've learned just to create ways to make that happen. So today I did hopper, jumping around, constantly wanting to do different things. And I talked to you about Pomodoro and how you can take your time and chunk it out, 25-minute increments with a 5-minute break. By the way, you do 2 25-minute increments, and then after the 2 25-minute increments, you take a 20-minute real break and go do something else, preferably fun, not laundry like I do. Bad advice, don't do laundry. Yeah, you can take your 5-minute break to do some laundry. And then big picture, which is enjoys having lots of plates spinning in the air, but also big picture, the real pro and plus to big picture is being able to see a variety of things and see how they come together with the connectedness to make things happen. And I want you to really take away from this more than anything else is that your personality, you have to work with that. So I'll give you one last example. Here I go hopping. I took a class called Profit First by Michael Michalowicz. If I said that wrong, again, my apologies. And in Profit First, you schedule 2 times a month to pay bills, take care of invoicing, etc. And that comes up on my calendar and it says Profit First. And it's a neat reminder for me to get my bills paid and to get my invoices out to my client, because the fact is you need to get paid and you need to pay others, and that's like positive money energy in the world. It's a really great thing. So I found that I got much more timely by having that calendar reminder. So yeah, that's not really another person having to get on me, but it's auto set, so I don't even have to think about it. It's like set it and forget it. I've put it in my calendar. I don't have to remember it. It comes up. It reminds me. I know that which bills I have to pay on which days. By doing it twice a month, you hit the 2 windows. So I usually do around the 10th. Today's the 8th, and I think I have it scheduled for today. And the 25th-ish. All right, so most of my bills are either due around the 15th of the month or the 1st of the month. So no matter what, I'm going to hit those right timing on those bills to get them paid. So something to think about is that amazing course by Michael Michalowicz called Profit First. There's a book. And there's some great pointers on how to manage money in there. So tomorrow I will talk about the opposite of me, which are hyper-focus. I think that's my husband. And perfectionist plus. And I definitely have some strong perfectionist plus characteristics in there. So that'll be an interesting conversation. As always, chime in, ask questions, let me know topics you want to talk about around productivity and procrastination. Think about that. Procrastination is sort of the opposite of productivity. So we want to try to move you here from the left hand to the right hand. And looking forward to talking more about productive environments with you tomorrow. right here on my Catherine J. Avery Facebook Live page. I am with Reservate Interior Design. We design innovative interiors that resonate with your clients and your employees. Talk to you tomorrow.